A Christmas Story with Quebec Premier Lucien Bouchard.
Greetings, Quebec and Canada. Folk tales have always been an important part of Quebec culture. At this special time, I would like to share one of my favorite stories. It was the night before separation. And all through Quebec, not a creature was stirring, not even Jean Charest. The Anglos were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that more federal perks for Quebec would soon be there. The blockheads were snuggled, all safe in their beds, while visions of tourtière danced in their heads. My wife Audrey in her teddy, and I in my thong, had just settled down for some horizontal ping-pong. When out on the lawn arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. When what to my eye should appear in the mist but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny separatists. Driving the sleigh was not Parizeau, nor that loser Duceppe, but an odd-looking man I shall never forget. He moved like an elf who was lacking of grace as he tripped from his sleigh and fell flat on his face. He cursed and complained, and he left me so numb. It was that damn Chrétien criticizing my referenda. And when he turned and flew off into the night, I laughed and I clapped and I heard myself shout, "Merry Christmas, Quebec! Now let's get the heck out!"
Time for English as a Second Language news.
I am Heike Flergenpoots.
And I'm Svetlana.
Good night. Our first story, in Seattle, the World Trade Organization conference was interrupted by a huge riot with many protesters. Out-of-control crowd was finally stopped by one man. Huey, the mad RCMP apex sprayer from Vancouver.
Who needs an entire police force when you have Sergeant Pepper?
China has launched another rocket ship. The spacecraft can remain in orbit for 21 hours, circle the Earth 14 times, and carry up to 200 illegal migrants to British Columbia. Elsewhere, Canada Post has unveiled world's first electronic post office, but system was almost shut down when postal employee was nearly electrocuted. He did not realize when sending mail electronically, there is no need to lick the computer. In Los Angeles, a pizza parlor is using marijuana as one of its toppings.
Their slogan is, if you can still remember ordering the pizza after 30 minutes, it's free.
In happy news, Caroline Mulrooney, daughter of former Prime Minister, is getting married. Brian Mulrooney plans to invite many political friends, but asks they not give Airbuses as gifts. This week, the newly elected government in New Brunswick made groundbreaking throne speech. In other news, Grey Cup game was played in Vancouver. Here is Svetlana with highlights of the championship game.
Hut, hut, hut. Kick, pass, run. Hut, hut, hut. Hamilton wins.
In other news, Keith Richards says he has gone the last few days without sleeping. The Rolling Stones guitarist believed the problem started last week while in a restaurant. Someone switched his heroin for Folgers coffee. In Britain, wife of Prime Minister Tony Blair is pregnant. News of the event brought response from White House.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
In Calgary, a court has approved lesbian adoptions.
Now you can move to Alberta and adopt a lesbian.
This week, Auditor General brought down a report on government spending. Here with his commentary is Sanjay, the insightful snake charmer.
Auditor General said he suspects the federal government has wasted much money. Oh, that is like saying he suspects Tim Hortons of selling donuts. According to the auditor, Bombardier was improperly awarded a $2.8 billion contract. But Bombardier is a Canadian company that provides an essential product. Without them, drunks would have no way to get to the bottoms of lakes in winter. What is that, Eddie? What? Oh. Eddie says the government spent millions on patronage and kickbacks last year. Yes, Eddie. But what about important social issues? The government says they have a definite caring policy. Healthcare, daycare, don't care. Sanjay, insightful snake drama.
Just in time for Christmas, a new version of the movie classic Miracle on 34th Street is opening. In this remake, the miracle occurs when a motorist stops at a red light and is not approached by a squeegee kid. Singer Shania Twain revealed that to keep her complexion smooth, she used Bag Balm, a lotion normally rubbed on a cow's udder. She has since stopped after a dairy farmer tried to milk her face. How does it feel, Svetlana?
Smooth.
And that's the news. Hello.
So, why did you want to see me, Prime Minister?
Well, Pauls, you know, I really value, your opinion as Justice Minister.
Finance Minister.
Whatever. But you and me has got to working closely together on this unity issue. Because with Quebec and sovereignty, there is question of majority with yes or not so yes, so we can stop the referendums and Lucien will ferme his Bouchard. So, what do's you say, Pauls? Do's you support me?
Support you? I don't have the vaguest idea what you just said.
Look, Pauls, I am playing hard balls with the Quebec referendum, and I need your help on these ones.
Prime Minister, I have already said publicly I am behind you unequivocally.
Hey, I need more than you behind my equivocals.
I don't follow you.
Then I explain in simple so even I can understand it. I asked two figures out how and when to implementing our policy on referendum. Maybe we should... No, that will not work. Maybe we could... No, forgets that one. Okay, why don't we just... No, that will not. Hey, come on, Pauls, let's hear from you. I am the only one coming up with ideas here.
Well, sir, the way I see it, the big question with the referendum is the majority issue.
Well, 50% plus one vote is not a majority.
Well, technically it is a majority.
But not a very good one.
Prime Minister, do we really want to open the Pandora's box of the referendum again? Thanks to you, Lucien Bouchard is PO'd in both official languages.
Boys, anytime you can get Lucien's Bouchard goat upset, I say go for it.
Prime Minister, let me be blunt. You're playing into the hands of the separatists.
Do you really mean that, or are you upset because I might run for a third term?
Of course not. No. Oh, by the way, I brought you a gift. It's a nice watch. See how it swings from side to side? You are getting sleepy. Repeat after me. I will not run for a third term. I will not run for a third term.
I will not run for a third term.
It worked. I hypnotized him.
In your dreams, Paul, you cannot hypnotize me. I do not have the brain for that. Come on, you can buy me lunch. You know, Pauls, I was thinking maybe I will not run for a third term.
Have you read all these articles about our brain drain? Ignore them. I figure if the people who wrote them were any good, they'd be in the States. There is a theory the brain drain has been going on for 30 years, that all our best brains have already gone south, leaving behind the slow-witted and the stupid. It's not true. It's hard to argue against it after watching our beer commercials. Well, you see, China is joining the World Trade Organization. That's a good thing, right? Except we know we're going to be flooded with medium-sized shirts that measure 10 inches across the shoulders. We hear the wife of Tony Blair, the British Prime Minister, is going to have a baby. Our instant reaction, oh, good. At last, a British politician who has sex with his own wife. Members of the International Olympic Committee get expensive gifts, cash, scholarships, and women lavished upon them by Salt Lake City. And our instant reaction is, can you imagine how sleazy it could have got if those people were not highly religious Mormons? And at home, we're just as confused. The conviction of Reform MP Jack Ramsey. Preston Manning can't control his members. And those members can't control their members. On the other side of that coin, Warren Beatty became president of the US. Can you imagine him saying he didn't have sex with someone? Alberta is banning the use of cell phones in vehicles as being too dangerous. However, you can carry a rifle under the seat. Those riots in Seattle over the World Trade Organization, it started off as a peaceful demonstration. Then Starbucks ran out of mocha cappuccino and all hell broke loose. And speaking of Starbucks, did you read about the Canadians suing them in New York for $2 million? Says he was using the toilet when the seat came down on his Richard. Now you know why men always leave the toilet seat up. And all this Y2K stuff. TV preacher Jerry Falwell says the year 2000 glitch is the work of God, quote, to shake this nation, to humble this nation. So, St. Peter writes software? Hollywood is releasing a Y2K disaster movie. Why not? Who knows more about garbage in, garbage out than Hollywood? What can happen to us at midnight on December 31st? Our bank accounts will be cleared out? Well, Paul Martin's done that to us already.
CBC Morning with Nancy Wilson.
Elsewhere, in an unusual court ruling last week, Corrections Canada has been ordered to transfer a male prisoner to a female prison and allow him to have a sex change. Quel bizarre. This week, another male prisoner has stepped forward with the same demand. Well, joining me from his penitentiary is Mr. Duke Manty. Well, thanks for joining us so early this morning.
Yeah, well, it's not like I'm going anywhere else.
Well, tell me, Mr. Manty.
Hold the phone, sunshine. I may have been born Duke Manty, but I've had my name legally changed.
To what?
Britney Spears.
Yeah, so, Brittany, now what proof do you have that you're really a woman?
Simple. I have an irresistible urge to max out my credit card. I'm constantly complaining about men. My favorite TV show is Ally McBeal. And I buy more shoes than I could possibly wear in a lifetime.
That is a totally sexist comment.
Well, only if it comes from a man.
All right, let's drop the charade. What's the real reason you want to get to a women's prison?
Because I have a need to express my feminine side. Plus, shower time would be a lot more fun.
I think you're putting on an act.
Hey, don't get me upset. I got PMS.
I don't believe you for a second.
Hey, let's face it, Nancy. Women get better treatment because they whine more.
Now, that is completely sexist.
Only if it comes from a man.
Okay, final question. Do you think there's any real chance the warden will allow you to transfer to a women's prison?
Well, ask him yourself.
I think there's a very good chance.
I'm Nancy Wilson. Bye-bye for now.
Time now for Royalty with Royalty.
Hello, I'm Prince Charles. Mummy couldn't be with us.
Let me out! Let me out!
Yes, there's nothing I like better than a nice cup of tea and some biscuits. Actually, there is something I'd like better, rather. But she won't abdicate. I think it unfair that Mummy won't retire and let me run the empire. What's left of it. It's not like I would mess it up any more than she already has. Frankly, I think Mummy is somewhat out of touch with the real world. She doesn't know what's going on in the colonies. She thinks Quebec is in Australia. And everyone knows it's still part of Belgium. And I'm not the only one who thinks she's getting doddery. Recently, Daddy, Prince, what's his name, gave a speech about old age and the need for people to retire. He spoke at great length, going on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh, the tawdry old fool wouldn't stop going on and on and on and on. Where was I? Oh, yes. On and on. Senile, wrinkled old windbag. Which reminds me, I must pick up a birthday gift for Camilla. Now, there's a woman who knows how to polish the crown jewels, rather. Where was I? Oh, yes. On and on and on. But Mummy really should step down for the sake of appearance. If you notice, she's put on a few pounds lately. If she gets any bigger, she won't be able to fit on the Canadian dollar coin. So, to sum up, I believe it is important for one to step down while one is still capable, rather than waiting until people say you are so doddery. Where was I? Oh, yes, on and on and on and on.
This has been Royalty with Royalty. Pitiful, isn't it? Hold on, Mary.
Excuse me, we need some medical assistance here.
What seems to be the problem?
It's my wife. Can't you see what condition she's in?
If I were you, I'd lay off the leavened bread. Now, we're kind of busy here. Can you come back in a couple of weeks, please?
Oh, it's coming. Oh, I can feel it. Whoa! The halo.
Oh, all right. I'll fill out the form. Are you the father?
Me? Well, no, I wasn't there.
It was an immaculate in vitro.
Do you have your health card?
Health card? I don't even have pockets.
Oh, it's coming, Joseph. I can hear the angels singing. La, 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 la.
We can't afford to go anywhere else. I've already had my donkey taxed off.
Gee, I'd like to help you, but all our systems are down right now. Technical problem.
What technical problem?
They're calling it the Y0K bug.
Come on, Joseph. I'd rather have the baby in a stable than here.
Hi, folks. Are you fed up with the same old boring caskets? Do you want something new and exciting? Then come on down to Calvert Broccoli's Casket Gallery. That's right. Calvert Broccoli's Casket Gallery offers you an exciting choice of containment units for all your burial needs. We don't sell these dull, old-fashioned caskets that you wouldn't want to be caught dead in. We are talking models that are souped-up, state-of-the-art designs and fully loaded. For example, the Angelic Cherubs. It's tasteful, inexpensive, and looks great in the guest bedroom. That's right. These models are so glamorous you won't want to bury them. We are talking top of the line. We're talking showpiece. And hey, you baby boomers will want to try this one. The Elvis Edition. Comes with blue suede lining. And it plays a medley of Elvis's greatest hits every time you open the lid. Or you might want to try the Labatt's Blue Burial Box. The handles double as bottle openers. And there's even room inside for a six-pack to go. Folks, was your loved one a big practical joker? Well, what better way to send them off than in our Three Stooges model? You'll be surprised how quickly these ones get put in the ground. So if you want a casket with personality, come on down and see me. Calvert Broccoli's Casket Gallery. It's a whole new fun way of dying.